Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Carla with Race to Walk, and I'm going to be sharing with you some exciting news today, and it is about the Advent issue of An Unexpected Journal. But before we get started, a little bit about this channel. Here we share good thoughts about good words. And on Fridays, I host a live Bible study on Instagram at Race to Walk, and then I publish 2 videos a week. I publish a replay of that Bible study as well as a video about books. So if you're interested in either of those things, be sure to like and subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you get updates about new videos. So also, I don't think I've announced this in my book videos, but my interviews with authors and the book discussions, the live streams, are actually all available on Roku now. And if you search for Bright Sheep Ministries or use the code Bright Sheep, you can find those if that's more convenient for you. So, An Unexpected Journal. If you've watched very many of my videos at all, you know that I work on An Unexpected Journal, which is a quarterly journal dedicated to cultural apologetics. And if you say, what is cultural apologetics? I do have another video talking about that. But basically, traditional apologetics are about arguments. But imaginative or cultural apologetics talks about the same things that traditional apologetics does, but it mediates that discussion through things that are common in culture. So we talk about movies. One of my favorite essays that I've written is an essay that talks about how Serenity, the movie, actually illustrates Alvin Plantinga's free will defense. That's one of my favorite ones. I also think the one that I wrote about the Matrix is pretty good. But the one that gets the most views that I've written on An Unexpected Journal is actually one about the short animated film Lava. So when you look at the general population, there may not be a whole lot of people that you could discuss Anselm's ontological argument with, but you know, everybody knows Star Wars and Harry Potter, and so those are the types of things that we discuss, things that are familiar, that we then use and show how the things that we love in that, the good things, illustrate an aspect of God's character or truth. So that's what we do in An Unexpected Journal. And most of us that contribute to the journal have graduated from Houston Baptist University's Cultural Apologetics program. Not everybody, you know, we're getting a larger percentage of people that have no affiliation with HB at all contributing, but that's where it started from. And that program, the person who was in charge of starting it was a man named John Mark Reynolds. He was at Biola and then came to Houston Baptist University. There's a link to an article where he discusses kind of the start and creation of the Cultural Apologetics program at HBU. But one of those founding professors and one of the people who was probably most instrumental in shaping it into what it is Dr. Holly Ordway. And she has a very interesting story. Her memoir is called Not God's Type. And she was an atheist, and she tells a story of how she came to faith. She has an amazing book called Apologetics and the Christian Imagination, which really talks about cultural apologetics. A lot of times when you see people talking about cultural apologetics, all they mean is that they're doing polemics against something in culture. That's not what it is, but that's what a lot of people think. And she just published another book this year called Tolkien's Modern Reading, and I did an interview with her earlier this year. So she's out there publishing work. She's very well known in Inkling scholarship. So not only does she do the work, but she's also an amazing teacher. So when I first joined the program, I thought I could write. And I actually thought I was a pretty good writer too. And then I joined the program, and one of my first classes was with Dr. Ordway, and it was actually medieval philosophy and culture. And I submitted my first essay, and I'm like, oh my goodness. So writing for her was an experience. She is an amazing writer, and she challenges her students to be amazing writers as well. When people would join the program and talk about what the expectations were like when they were taking Dr. Ordway's classes, I would just say, just be prepared. She's tough, but she's good. So when you get your first essay back, don't faint, just suck it up and start rewriting and editing. Actually, the painting behind me is a painting that I did in that class, and it's supposed to represent Dante's portrayal of purgatory. The reason I did that is because I didn't want to write another essay, because let me tell you, it's a workout writing for her. But the outcome, I think, is worth it. If you've read any of the journals, what you see there is evidence of the results of her work. You can look at it as it is the fruit of seeds that she planted. So we are finishing our 4th year of the journal. So the Advent issue of An Unexpected Journal is not only a celebration of her work, but it's also a thank you for the work that she's done in us. So I hope you check it out and read the pieces. You can order it on your online booksellers, or you can read the pieces online, but check it out and let me know what you think. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.